Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Thank you for joining me today on another video. And in today's video, I'm going to be attempting a battery repair on my iPhone 6. So this iPhone 6 has been having battery issues, and I thought that it's probably the best time for me to try out a repair on my own. And this repair is going to be done with a iFixit kit that I bought from iFixit.com. I'm not sponsored by them. I just bought it because honestly it seemed like the easiest way to go. They provide all the tools that needed. They provide all the tools that are needed, and they have a very comprehensive guide of how to do everything. So basically it makes your job so much more easier, and if you follow the instructions, you should be able to get this done very easily. So let me start off by showing you guys what comes in the repair part and the repair tools kit. So let me just put the iPhone to the side and this box to the side, and we'll look at the repair tools box. So let me just open this up. There we go. Alright, so looks like some stuff has moved around in here. And I'm just gonna... So there's some pentalobe and some screws, screw heads in here for the screwdriver that has been provided. I cannot seem to find other screw head. Alright, I'm guessing maybe there's just two. And here's a screen opener, so you can, it's like a suction, so you can hold it and lift up your screen. Here's a spudger tool to just wedge it under the screen and lift it up. And here's this tool to help you disconnect and remove any wires or adapters. It's kind of like a pencil, but one end has the sharp edge and the other end has this flat head that allows you to get under the ribbon cables and lift them off. So let me move on and show you guys what comes in the repair part kit. So and I bought these plastic cards separately. They are just cards to, nudge between the screen when you pull them up, or just to any general purpose. And I thought this was a very important thing just to have. I might not be using it, but it's good to have, and just in case. So let me open up this repair part. Come on. I must say the boxes, the quality of everything is just really impressive, and this entire toolkit only cost me about $25, so that's including the battery, so very impressive in my opinion. So in this we have the battery itself with a instruction of how to calibrate the battery. You guys probably can't see that through this aluminum foil thing, and I am just going to move on. So we got liberate, replace your iPhone with pentalobes with Phillips screws. Alright, so it gives you a Phillips screw kit to replace the pentalobes on your phone in case you don't want to deal with the pentalobes in the future. Very cool. And these are, I guess, yep, these are the battery strips that you can, that you'll basically have to put under the battery when you put it into the phone, so that the next time you have to attempt a repair like this, you can just get the battery out easily with these adhesive strips. So let me get to the phone. So now that I have all my tools on the desk here, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be starting off this repair, and I'm going to be following the iFixit guide on the website, and I'll leave links to everything I use down below, and it'll just be interesting to see what the process is like when I'm doing it myself. And the guide they have on their website is very thorough, so I don't think it should be too much of an issue. So at this point, I'll just move over to doing voiceovers and skipping through some of the boring stuff here. So let's get right to it. The first step you guys want to take is powering off the device. The next step is to remove the 2 pentalobe screws at the bottom of your phone on either side of the lightning port. So make sure that you remove them with the pentalobe screw and safely keep them to the side. You don't want to lose these screws because you are going to need them to close the phone back up. Now what you're going to want to do is place a suction cup onto the top of your display and pull the phone gently upwards. And when you're pulling it upwards, make sure to have a little pry tool that comes with the kit or any kind of little card, plastic card, and gently run it along the corners. There are little clamps on the sides of the display so that they kind of hold the phone in place. Make sure to be gentle and just lift them up. And once you're at near the top of the phone, don't go to the extreme top. Just stay on the sides and you should be good. And once that's lifted up, you'll be easily able to take the entire display off. Now you're just going to want to lift the screen up, and it's going to lift up like a book with the top part being the hinge, so be very careful. And the top is going to have a few connectors connected to the base of the phone, which you're going to have to disconnect. So let me just show you guys how that works. Quick note, guys, before you do anything else, make sure that you disconnect your battery. And you're going to do that by, there's usually a plate near your battery, but my phone has obviously been repaired before, so these plates seem to be missing. Make sure you unscrew these plates, and once you do that, you'll find the connector for the battery. Remove that, and then you can move on to removing the connectors for the display. So let's go ahead and do that. Once you've removed all the connectors, the display will come apart very easily, and make sure to set it to the side safely, and make sure that any screws that you've taken apart during this process is cleanly kept in their own spaces so that you don't mix them up. So here comes one of the trickier parts of this replacement. What you're going to have to do is remove the adhesive underneath the battery that is securing the battery to the phone's shell. Now there is the tape that's provided has been designed in a way so that you can remove it. However, it's delicate and you have to gently pull on it, and there will be 2 little black kind of strips that you'll see at the base of the battery. You're supposed to lift those up and slowly start pulling them out. You'll see white residue, and that's basically the adhesive that's slowly sliding out from under the battery. Make sure to cleanly take it out. Now what happened for me was I tore one apart a little too quickly, which resulted in one of the tabs being broken. However, the other one went a lot more successfully for me, and I was able to get that out. In the end, even if you have an issue with this, it's okay because you can always just put a card under the battery to try to lift it. However, that's not recommended because if you do puncture the battery, there's a risk of a fire, or it's not really good to puncture a battery. After using this card to lift up the battery, make sure that you don't tear it away too quickly, but just gently lift the battery up. And now you'll be able to see that the shell has that little bit of residue from the adhesive strip that I missed. What you're going to want to do is just neatly roll it out and make sure that the surface is clean and there's no adhesive stuck or left to the shell of the phone. So at this point, what you're going to want to do is grab your new battery and just make sure that it's the right fit and the right size, and that you haven't got the wrong one. Just compare it to the other one and make sure that the size is okay and stuff like that. Then what you're going to want to do is we're going to have to get it ready for prep. Before that, I do recommend that you guys plug it into the phone once and make sure that the battery is working and it's not defective, because I accidentally missed that step and got the battery all prepped, and then I tried to test it out, which was annoying. The battery did work, however, that step is just something that's a little bit annoying. So make sure that you test everything out before you start preparing it for the adhesive layer. Now, make sure that your kit has this adhesive tape because you're going to need it. If you don't have it, the battery is going to shake around inside the phone, and that's not good. So the adhesive install is fairly simple. Just put it onto the back of your battery, and make sure that the two black tabs are perfectly lined up to be in the position where it was when you took the battery out. And if that's all good, you're perfect, and we can move on. So once this the adhesive is on, you can just remove this protective layer and place it onto your phone. And I do recommend that you connect the connector before you place the battery down. I didn't do it in my process, but it's actually just a better idea to do it that way to make sure that the connector doesn't have stress upon it after you've set it down, and that you can adjust it before it's all set down. Now that your battery's in place and connected, all that's left to do is put the display back and to put on those protective plates that were on your phone. If you didn't have them, you can just skip them, but if you had them, just make sure they're all put in and screwed in tightly, and just close the phone down. And before you completely screw the phone in, make sure that everything is working and the phone's turning on properly and the touchscreen works, the camera works, all that stuff, just to make sure that you don't have to open the phone up again if you missed a connector or if a connector wasn't set down right. Once you've ensured that everything's working properly, just tightly close down your phone. Make sure that the display sits inside the shell completely and it's flush. And just screw in the pentalobe screws that you took out at the beginning, and you're done. That's a wrap for this video, guys. Let me know how you thought the experience was for you if you've ever done this before. And if you're ever thinking about doing it, it's not too complicated. As long as you've done any sort of basic maintenance on a computer or phones, you should be able to get a battery replacement done fairly easily. Be sure to subscribe to the channel for more content like this. I have a lot more planned for you guys, so be sure to be subscribed to stay up to date with that. Follow me on social media. I have all the links down below. In fact, I uploaded all the behind the scenes of this project to social media, so be sure to check those links out right down in the description below. Thank you guys for watching. I'll catch you in the next one.